Welcome. I thought I'd do a quick video. This is one of the finished journals I was working on for a art swap kind of group. I went through and did some of the art swap ideas on my own rather than to swap, which most of them were already over, but this is one of the projects that came of it. It was to do an inspiration journal. I used the brown paper backing from packaging from I think Amazon or some sort of packaging material came in sort of thing. I hole punched the pieces and used some yarn to tie it all together. It's kind of an inspiration type journal. Inspiration lurks everywhere. The idea was to use some of the stuff that you thought was pretty but want to hold on to and don't want to use, to kind of help inspire you. I always like unique little stamps, and this one was real pretty. I wasn't for sure what I'd use it in, so thought maybe a little bit of classiness here in this to start out with, and a little bit of a dictionary paper. I like highlighting a few words on it. I've always thought kind of text paper like that looked cute. Highlighted train. I love trains, and then of course tragedy. Reading all those tragic books themed. This one's kind of just stenciled over page. I didn't really feel like adding any more to it. I think that said enough to me, so that's why I left it like that. A cute little, I had a circular paper punch, so I used some of the dictionary pages. That's most of the pages through here on the text wise anyways. I used in there circulars, just glued it all together there and found a cute little teacup or coffee cup button to stick there and made it super cute. And just scrap pieces of paper, did a little deal that made me think of like a little roadside stand. So I did a slice of pie for $2.75, kind of cute little drawing on it. And then this was just a piece of cutout scrap pieces, some edges that I had, and the butterfly image kind of spoke to me, so I traced the outside lines of it and kind of decorated it up as a butterfly. That's kind of how it spoke to me on that. A piece of self-painted background, scraps on it. And so I decided to do a few little drawings, again with a text paper. I used that and made some little froggy eyes and doodled on that. One of my favorite pages here, at least so far on it, is that one. It just spoke to me. Some of the Sharpie bled through, so I did an upside down sun and a little smile, kind of happy page. And then on more text paper, I found the word hieroglyph and did some hieroglyph symbols on there, some little doodles. I always like doodling on some of mine. Little scrap piece of paper, edge of scrapbook paper that I flipped over on the back and just doodled on. I always liked the feel of wheat and decoration, so I thought I'd give a test out on drawing some. And it says, we'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. And again, some more scrapbook paper, just kind of layered it there on that. A piece of scrap paper, doodle of a dog, and kind of a bit of magazine, and it just made me think of like how a dog would go fetch the newspaper, fetch Fido, kind of thing. And just some ripped up pieces of paper. This blue pieces kind of came from the same material as this top page there. Just kind of enjoy laying out some scrap pieces. I like a little bit of layer, but not a lot, and I like keeping mine more kind of simple like. And I like adding little quotes. You'll see a lot through this one at least. It says, "Live like a flower, search for sunshine, grow after the rain, and embrace your uniqueness." Use some yarn scraps there on this page, and a little heart. The heart that loves is forever young. A little paint marker, and just using the plain brown paper background on it. And suddenly you just know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. Books are magic. You never know what kind of world you'll get into when you start a new book. This is kind of more of a travel-y kind of thing, and I like kind of using a little bit of pen to highlight some of the edges and try to do like a little box kind of frame on that. A little sunset piece. That was a sticker on some of those that I had. A few more stickers on a little activity book, and I like doing like the outlining of the ghost there. Let's go, girls. That was kind of cute. A little bit of a simple layout there on that. I don't care on some of the paper. I used to like more uniform pages, but after starting to do some of this sort of art journal, I've kind of taken a liking to ones that aren't uniform and a full out square. And I enjoyed kind of doodling around the edges of different colors. This was kind of a test paper, background paper that I used to color on. On an adventure we shall go. I always loved butterflies, and they always seem like they're on an adventure somehow, and you want to just go and follow them all day. This little simple sunset picture, it is a little sticker that I got, and it reminded me I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Little song lyric there. I tore up a crossword book and used some of the crossword answers in the back of the book, and this one I geared toward escape. I usually, or on this one, would have thought more of like escape out and just to do puzzles, but escape room came to mind on this one. So escape room time, that is if you're up for a challenge. I've heard of lots of little escape rooms and thought some of them would be neat. I haven't done one, but I would love to one time. A scrap piece of fireworks there, and it says, "Be a light for the world to see." And in the midst of chaos lies creativity. I actually enjoyed how this one turned out. I just took some different colored pens and markers and just kind of scribbled over it, and it kind of fits, and kind of enjoyed the way that it turned out there. Life is better with a little bit of nature. I always enjoy getting out in nature. It kind of seems to calm and soothe the soul a little bit. When in doubt, go art it out. For that, I just have kind of taken a turn into, no matter how I'm feeling, kind of turned to art, and kind of, you never know, like this page back here that was all chaos and clustered. That could be a representation of anger or just uncertainty type, but it kind of gives an example of what you could do on that. You can kind of go find your little niche on there, and kind of whatever suits your fancy, then just art your feelings out, and it'll have you smiling by the end of it. And if you want to make your journal fancy with a little bit of lace or prettiness decorated, you want to keep it simple, just keep it simple then. And remember just to go with the flow. I took this piece, it had just a blue and kind of tannish background, and I went ahead and I felt like going with the flow and decorating the edges, so that's what I did. And then I also added a few little dots in there. And I think one more page here. Stumped of what to use. Use your old scrap pieces or go find something new. It says even if it's a new color that you haven't used, you got a whole set of say crayons here and you haven't used that purple crayon because it's not a color you really like using, go use it. You never know what might spark of it. And the very back, keep an eye out constantly for inspiration. You never know what you can find when you are out and about and what could inspire you. So yeah, that's my little journal. Another thing I want to point out, instead of having it laid out like this, I'm flipping it through. I kind of wanted to change up my routine of how I do some of my art and decided to do kind of a flip through like that instead. Hope you all enjoyed and stay tuned for more.